Good afternoon all, and I'm Sree Jaianand. I will be the SAA for today's meeting, Sajjana terms for today's meeting, and it's a special day. We are ahead of our Pongal celebration, and as in Toastmasters, we follow 3 ground rules. Number 1 is keep your phone on silent mode or put it in a switch off, and please refrain yourself from speaking about sex, politics and religion. And the last one is about please do not cross talk while the speakers are speaking. This is to ensure the distraction of the speaker. And I now hand over the stage to the president of Medley Toastmasters Club and TM Prasanna Vani, who is an anesthesiologist by profession. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jaianand. A very good afternoon to all of you gathered here. With the sound of this gavel, I declare meeting number 764 open. It is indeed a resplendent sight seeing all of you so well dressed up and standing here. For the guests who are wondering if you walked into a wedding reception, this is a Toastmasters meeting, and we are dressed up for the theme of the day, which is the Pongal theme. A warm welcome to all the members and guests. I would like to recognize the presence of dignitaries who joined us today. Distinguished Toastmaster Thomas T. Abraham, our past district PR manager and past president. Distinguished Toastmaster Guru Prasad, past area governor and past president of Medley. Toastmaster Saravanan, our area director and past president of Medley. Toastmaster Dinakaran, our past president of Medley. A warm welcome to all of you. On the special occasion, I would like to share about a plant species called the Chinese bamboo. How many of you have heard of it? Okay, many. Good. So let's see how it goes with the short story. There was once a man who was very hardworking, creative. He tried everything that he could to improve himself. But whatever he tried, whatever he did not see the results he expected. He was disappointed. He found a job, he did his best, but he did not see the results he wanted to. Then he changed his job. Then he enrolled in a course, upskilled himself, but still he felt that no, I'm not seeing my results, and he moved on to the next thing. And this went on happening, and ultimately he gave up. He said, what is this? Whatever I do, nothing seems to be happening. Let me just go travel somewhere. So he took a bus, traveled to a place. Next to him seated was a person who was having a farm nearby. He asked this person, where are you going? And when he shared with him about his challenges and disappointments, he said, why don't you come to my farm, it's just the next stop. This man agreed. So together they went to that farm. In that farm, he saw a sight he had never seen before. It was a farm full of tall bamboo trees. And the farm owner asked this person, do you want to know how I cultivated this? And this person said, yes, I would like to know that. And this person said, a friend of mine gave me these Chinese bamboo seeds. I planted them in the soil, watered them, tended to it, gave it the necessary sunlight, nourishment, and after 1 year, nothing happened. I still continued to water it, still gave it the good soil conditions, sunlight, cared for it, and at the end of 2 years, nothing happened. But he continued to water it, continued to care for it, and this went on for 3 years. At the end of 3 years, still nothing happened. But he did not give up. He continued to water it, continued to give it the right light soil conditions. At the end of 4th year, nothing happened. At the end of 5th year, he saw a tiny sprout come up. And the plant grew up really, literally in front of his eyes. It grew up to a height of 35 inches in 24 hours. 35 inches like this height in just 1 day. and 90 feet in 6 weeks. So this person asked, does it mean that the plant grew so fast in 6 weeks? And the farm owner said, no. The plant took 5 years, 6 weeks to grow to this height. What the seed was doing inside was not just lying dormant. The seed was spreading its roots, developing a strong foundation to withstand the challenges and then to grow up phenomenally when the time came by. This is what the value of patience is. We often tend to be impatient, wanting things instantly in the time of Blinkit, Dunzo and Swiggy Insta. But patience is a virtue which will help us in developing skills which will help us transform internally. Let us all try to have patience and believe in consistency and perseverance in developing ourselves. Toastmasters is a platform where we all come to learn public speaking and leadership. It was founded by Professor Ralph C. Medley to find a method where we learn these skills in a consistent and self-paced manner. So as members and guests who come here to improve their public speaking and communication skills, we are here in the right place. With this, may I now ask the guests to kindly introduce themselves, telling where they are from, their names, and how did they come to know of Medley Toastmasters. Guest Selvam, would you please introduce yourself?
I am Selvam. I am working in Nokia, coming from Trivandrum. A couple of years before I joined as a guest during the COVID period. I joined in the online meeting, but I couldn't continue.
Okay.
I think it is right time to start again. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to your support and guidance. Thank you.
Thank you, Selvam. It's never late to begin again. Can we have from a guest, Mr. Ilayaraja, who has been a past member of Medley and a guest now?
Okay. Good surprise. For the surprise, I came here today. Since I saw this Medley agenda, today 2 minutes noodles you are going to make. I want to learn today how you are going to make the 2 minutes noodles. So happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. 2 minutes noodles, does it really take 2 minutes to make Maggi noodles? No. Okay, even if it takes 2 minutes, there are so many hours and years of preparation and planning which went into preparing this 2 minutes recipe.
You are giving away the
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, Toastmaster Jaianand will detail on it more. Let's get on to the typical Toastmasters meeting. Before that, I have a request. Can all of us smile and encourage the speakers? Speakers feel very intimidated when they come here, and with all of us so grandly dressed, it gets more intimidating, I guess. So all of us, let's smile and appreciate, nod, and be receptive to them. Okay? Yeah. To get this meeting forward, we have the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Praveena. Toastmaster Praveena is an avid Toastmaster who has been in the Gulf for many years and has now moved over to Chennai. She is a part of the Express and Talk Speaking Academy for Children, and she is also works in the Peace Education Program, an NGO-based organization. Over to you, Toastmaster Praveena, to lead this program.
ॐ आदित्याय विद्महे दिवाकराय धीमहि तन्नो सूर्य प्रचोदयात्. Salutations to Surya Bhagwan, to Surya, Lord Surya, to illuminate our mind and to enlighten us on this auspicious Thai Pongal days. Bogi, Surya Pongal, Matu Pongal, Kanum Pongal. These 4 days blend Surya, Mother Earth, and the revered bull, the 3 key elements and aspects that help for a bountiful harvest. That is all about Thai Pongal. It is steeped in Tamil culture and everything Tamil. Also, there is something unique about this harvest festival? Can you name what it is? It is not only a harvest festival for Tamil Nadu, it is the harvest festival for the entire country. And it comes Makar Sankranti in north. Today is Lohri in Punjab, where they will be dancing to the beats of their dole. And thirdly, it is Mar Bigu in Assam. So the entire country is reverberating to the beats of Kummi, to Bhangra, and to various other traditional dances, which we also will be doing very soon over here. I can see the smile in Dr. Anu's face because I'm sure she's the only one who has really practiced this. Ours is a culture which attaches a lot of scientific and spiritual message to any practice that we do. However, there was a time when there was a total disconnect in the communication because our ancestors used to pass on the wisdom verbally from one person to another. But somewhere along the way, there was a communication distortion leading to a great disconnect, because of which everyone lost interest in whatever they were doing in terms of culture and tradition, branding everything as blind faith and superstition. But now, with the great technology and AI or whatever we curse and whatever we bless, but thankfully we have a lot of information now which has helped us to understand each and every step of the way that we take and do whatever it is that we are doing with renewed gusto, with renewed enthusiasm and renewed fervor. Because knowledge is bliss and not ignorance, and this is proof of the pudding. So why do we celebrate Bogi? Why do we celebrate Surya Pongal? Why do we celebrate Martu Pongal and Kanum Pongal? But before that, we need to introduce the role players, because this particular wonderful place, the stage that is set over here, and there's so many other paraphernalia that is going to come up, is all because of the dedicated work of so many people behind the stage and on the stage that we will be introducing one by one. So I'll be calling the general evaluator. I've been sending notes to the various role players, asking them, what is your take on festivals and festivities? I just asked for 2-3 lines, but this person sent a poem. Such is his wordplay, such is his command over the language, and his confidence, and the way he comes and delivers over here. Sometimes I keep wondering, why did he join Toastmasters at all? Because, you know, people like me, we came here because we had to overcome a lot of barriers, which I still do keep doing it, because of the barriers still that is in place. But when he comes, it's like cakewalk. But he's definitely an asset, so whatever be the reason that he's here, it is definitely a big plus for our club. May I now call him, but before that, but I just used only a few lines of yours, because if I'm going to use all your lines, I have to cut down on my lines, and that will not be fair, because I'm a bit selfish. So you can take revenge on me when you become a TMOD and I become a role player. So his take is, festival enriches our life and creates everlasting memories. It unites communities and bridges generation gap. Festivities also bring the child in you, bring back memories. I can see why, because that's the first thing he looks for in a calendar year. Don't we all do that? This is Toastmaster Barath for you, the general evaluator.
Thank you, TM. Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests.
Good afternoon.
As Toastmasters, we all have the desire to perform, the passion to lead, the hunger to improve, and the urge to excel. And in our journey towards the excellence, evaluation is an essential and an indispensable component. We all look into the mirror and practice and do our self-evaluations using the mirror. But what if the mirror can talk and give us evaluations? Well, we are not in a fantasy world, or we are not in an AI world. But fortunately, in the real world and in Toastmasters, we have the evaluators to do this for us. Yes, today we, the evaluation team, would be the talking mirrors, would be giving the constructive feedback to all the speakers and role players and support you in this journey of excellence. And I, as the Jaianand evaluator, will be conducting the evaluation sessions. And in an evaluation session, there are 3 parts, which is supported by 2 specialized teams. So the first would be the tag report, which would be by the tag team, and the second, the speech evaluations by the speech evaluators, and the third, the GE report. Overall, in the report, we'll be covering anything and everything during and also before the meetings. So to start off, I would like to call upon the tag team. So the first, I would call upon the timer. To play the role of timer today, we have a Toastmaster who feels festivals serve as an emotional anchor, weaving threads of joy, nostalgia, and togetherness. They create spaces where people can connect with their roots and find solace, and share moments of celebration by forging memories in their hearts forever. She is pursuing her M.Tech in VIT Chennai. She is a passionate poet and has contributed to the Story Mirror platform. Join me in welcoming Toastmaster Pearl as the timer for today's meeting.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests.
Good evening.
As timer, I will time the table topic speakers, formal speeches, and evaluations. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using these green, yellow, and red cards respectively. Table topic speakers should limit their remarks to not more than 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I'll raise the green card. At 1 minute 30 seconds, I'll raise the yellow card. And at 2 minutes, I'll raise the red card. Those giving speeches should remark their time limits as follows. Icebreaker speeches will be 4 to 6 minutes in length. At 4 minutes, I'll raise the green card. At 5 minutes, I'll raise the yellow card. And at 6 minutes, I'll raise the red card. Most other speeches are 5 to 7 minutes in length. At 5 minutes, I'll raise the green card. At 6 minutes, I'll raise the yellow card. And at 7 minutes, I'll raise the red card. The individual evaluations will be 2 to 3 minutes in length. At 2 minutes, I'll raise the green card. At 2 minutes 30 seconds, I'll raise the yellow card. And at 3 minutes, I'll raise the red card. Thank you. I'll be giving my report at the end of the meeting.
Thank you. Next, we have the R counter. And to play this role, we have a person who feels the festivals are deeply connected with our roots and culture. And for him, going back to his hometown and gathering with friends and family are a must, which cannot be compensated by anything else. And he is an IT professional and he comes from the southern tip of India, the beautiful town of Kanyakumari. Let's welcome Toastmaster Kumaresan as our counter.
Advance happy Pongal wishes to everyone. Today, we all are in the Pongal celebration mode. We have a Pongal celebration, 2 minutes, noodles going to get ready. And I'll add some more fun on it. So I'm going to, give a topic like a PSL. Any guess what is PSL? Good guess. Yeah, it is Pongal Speech League. Assume we are going to conduct a cricket like IPL. We are going to do a PSL today. And I am a commentator for the PSL. Unlike a cricket commentator, I'm not going to do a live commentary. I will monitor and I'll observe the entire speech and I'll produce my report when called upon. All of us know in cricket, every run matters. It's not only a matter of sixes and fours. Every run matters. Similarly, when you're delivering an impactful speech, every utterances, every filler words, every crutch words really matters for an impactful speech. Crutch words like and the filler words like what we use often, but, I know, so, alright. So those are the words If you use very often, it is going to reduce the impactness of your speech. Let's aim for a delivery today like Dhoni's cover match as well as Kohli's powerful sixer. All the very best to you. Speakers, over to you.
Thank you. And to play the grammarian role, we have a Toastmaster who feels festivals are like get-togethers for the family members and friends to meet in between our routine daily life. And it also helps in passing the cultural traditions to our next generation. She is a doctor by profession, working as a professor and head of Department of Physiology at Satyabama Dental College. She is a passionate Toastmaster since 2022. She is a VP of a current term, and it's Toastmaster Anuradha.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. As a grammarian, it is my duty to listen carefully to all the speakers and their language usage. And also, I note down the words, phrases, and the thoughts. And it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. The word of the day for today is frolic. Frolic is to move, that is to be cheerful. Frolic. Example, I am sure that today's meeting will be fun and frolic. So I encourage all the speakers to use the word of the day, and I request all the audience to encourage the speakers when they use the word of the day by clapping, and I will encourage them by giving kamarkattu. And I will submit my report at the end of our meeting when the GE calls for it. Over to GE.
Thank you. Thank you, tag team. And with this, I hand over to TMOD to continue the proceedings.
Tomorrow is bogey. Now there is a lot of issues being raised about let's not burn things. So let's get into the spiritual and scientific significance of bogey. All these were started so many hundreds of years back when the basics, when the needs were primitive. I remember this movie, Two States, where the hero would go to a South Indian house and he would compare that house to a house that was ransacked by a thief. That were a minimum things that people used to have in that house, and that's how we were too. And people used to use those things to the very end till it completely was not usable. You just cannot give it to anybody. So then you had no choice but to either burn it or bury it. And things that were used then were completely organic, so it never harmed the environment. But now our needs and wants are completely blurred, and the kind of things that we use now, I really don't know to how long that Mother Earth is going to sustain all this, and that is why we have global warming and things. So it is very important now for this bogey that we don't burn things, instead give it to people, the needy, because we have enough and more which we don't even know what is lying inside our cupboard. So it's a good time for us to declutter our house, and in that way we declutter our mind. And the spiritual significances, it's an annual reminder to spring clean our inner self, get rid of negative energy and turn one's mind towards salvation and make a fresh start. So let's remember what bogey is all about, and let's take a renewed pledge for all things good and to leave behind negativity. With that, I would like to call, now we are moving into our main section, which is speech. So the speech evaluator, Toastmaster Saravanan P, would be reading out the objectives of the first speaker, Toastmaster Sree.
Good afternoon, Toastmasters as well as guests. Toastmaster Sree is giving a speech on Dynamic Leadership Pathways, Level 1, Project 4, Evaluation and Feedback, Part 1. There are two purposes. The purpose of this project is for the member to present a speech on any topic receive feedback and apply the feedback to your second speech. The purpose of this speech is for the member to present a speech and receive feedback from the evaluator. Timer, please note, time is 5 to 7 minutes. All the very best.
We've all heard of the idiom born with a silver spoon. But what about this person who's born with a silver tongue? She's an extremely enthusiastic, funny, witted, fun and frolicking new Toastmaster who's a total asset. So much so that even a mundane topic like festivals can get a person into peals of laughter, and you will know why after I read it. Festival is like an annual foodie Olympics where we compete for the gold medal in devouring traditional dishes. It's the one time of the year when our diet plans hide in the corner and our taste buds throw a carnival. A flavorful fiesta that connects us with culture and leaves us with a food coma and a smile. That is Toastmaster Sree for you. Toastmaster Sree, her speech is Dynamic Leadership, Evaluation and Feedback. Title of the speech is Unearthing Unexpected Treasures. Duration is 5 to 7 minutes.
Trapped in the wheels of deadlines and expectations, I was really burnt out. Zoom calls from Noida office echoed through the four walls of my apartment. In addition to this, my parents were also working at office. I was left with loneliness. Loneliness was the constant companion for me. This was precisely my situation in October 2022. My dear friends, even cocoon will hatch at one point in time. So did I. To explore the unearthed expedition landed on the paradise of earth, Kashmir, the beautiful Kashmir. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. Now let's be honest. A single daughter from Chennai, a solo trip to Kashmir. Will this happen? So for me to convince my mom that I had to go to a solo trip to Kashmir, it's like convincing the CSK management, please take youngsters in the CSK dad's army. Well, I did employ a strategic camouflage. My parents would never say no to an official business trip to Noida since my base location was from Delhi. Little did they know that Delhi was just the first hop for my destination to the paradise, Kashmir. Packed with a bag full of hope and carrying my Hindi dictionary, ek gaon mein ek kisan rehta tha, I landed in Delhi. Fate had some surprise for me in Delhi airport. I met two kind-hearted spirits, Aparna and Karuna, cousins from Tamil Nadu but Delhiite by adoption. We gelled very well that what started as a solo escapade soon turned out to be a girls' powered trip to Kashmir. We started off by trekking to the mighty Shankaracharya Hill, which is about 1,300 feet from the Kashmir Valley. We walked it all along and we even trekked the Gaurikund pathway. And then, while coming downwards from the Shankaracharya Hill, we saw the beautiful Kashmir Dal Lake and we decided to stay that night in the Dal Lake houseboat. We then realized that what we were dreaming once upon a time has now come into a reality. It was an enchanting experience all over the day for the stay in Dal Lake and the houseboat, where we were kissed by the sunlight in the morning and embraced by the mountains in the night. After we moved from Dal Lake, we entered into the Nishad Garden, where we had a frolic moment, enjoying the Mughal romance spread all over. The next visit to us was to the Valley of Shepherds. We were surrounded by shepherds, and this place is beautifully named as Pahalgam. In Hindi meanings it's a Valley of Shepherds, where the shepherds graze us and the horse literally fly, carrying us all over the valley, which is about like 1,300 feet from ground level over there. Our next stop was actually to the mighty Gulmarg range. What's special about Gulmarg is that one side you will be covered with the snowy mountains, the other side will be a green valley along with the glaciers flowing around. What's even more special is that we can reach this destination only via gondola ride, which means a pony ride. We did one gondola ride at a time, and we reached the destination, which was about 13,000 feet from the ground level. Everything was going all planned in the planned way, but then life will throw some surprises to us. On the fourth day, we were supposed to reach Sonmarg, which is called the Meadow of Gold and the epitome of Kashmir visit. What happened is that on the fourth day, Aparna fell ill. I was left with two choices. One, to stay with Aparna and Karuna, take care of her, or return home. Number two is to go and reach my dream destination of Sonmarg, which is the Meadow of Gold, from where the Amarnath Yatra is just 16 kilometers. I decided to choose the path one this time. I started as a carefree adventurer and then turned out to be a caring friend. Took care of Aparna and Karuna, dropped them back in their Delhi home, wherein I was greeted by their parents very cheerfully. For them, I was a knight in the shining armor. Then back to Chennai, I narrated the entire story to my parents. Guess what would have happened? With eyes opened, jaw dropped, they heard the entire story, and then they were also little happy that both Aparna and Karuna are safe by then, and we are all happy at our own place now. The bond between three of us grew stronger, that every time when I move from Chennai to Noida for a business trip, I always have a hop in Aparna's home. I enjoy the fun banter and even enjoy the chai at their home. Little did I know that in September 2023, I got a message from Aparna. Hey, remember the Kashmir trip? I said, yeah, everything was going around in my mind. Why not again a Kashmir trip, but this time with our family members? I said, wow, that should be a great idea. I asked my parents, they were all okay with it. So we went on to an expedition in October 2023, exactly 1 year after our first trip, but this time not as a solo but as a family, with our family members, siblings and even our friends joining together for this trip. And this time we even conquered Sonmarg. That's when I realized I'm standing at the top of mountain. It's not just an adventurous trip, but I unearthed the unexpected expeditions in my life, Aparna, Karuna and the extended family in my life. My dear Toastmasters, don't wait for an invitation. Take your bags up, grab your headphones, go for your own travel. Who knows, you could find or unearth your unexpected treasures in life.
I would like to call upon DTM Guru Prasad to spell out the objectives of the next speaker.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. The next speaker, Toastmaster Priyadarshini, is presenting a project that is iterative in nature. The purpose of the project is to practice applying feedback from a speech and also take an evaluator role and do evaluation in club meetings. The purpose of our speech is to present a speech and get feedback from an evaluator. All the best to Priyadarshini. The time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. Over.
She is a grace in motion. Anything that she does it with so much poise and so much of finesse that I'm a true fan of her. That speaks a volume of the commitment and determination that goes into whatever she does. She gave one nice fact about festivities. The Jallikattu, which is so very popular in Tamil Nadu, is called as Kambala in Karnataka, and that is what I came to know from Toastmaster Priyadarshini Belur, engaging humor, evaluation and feedback, title, Glad You Did It. Toastmaster Priyadarshini Belur.
You are looking so bright and beautiful. Yes, celebration mode is on. Plus, we all are going international after the photo session, isn't it? Yes. Excuse me. How many of you have witnessed such behavior in your circle? How many of you all? Good afternoon to all my fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today our society is facing a new problem. We don't appreciate it. It's antisocial. Phone plus snubbing. The new term, PHUBBING, it's called fubbing. And the definition for this is one who ignores. The practice of ignoring your companion or your company just to spend more time with your mobile phone. This is a purposeful behavior and can damage interpersonal relationships. My friend Lakshanya, I love her the most. When I see friend with that mobile phone, I take a U-turn. I've been warning her, Lakshanya, you are going to pay a big price for this habit of yours. Yes, she learned a lesson out of this. Just few days back, she had to attend a party. She had booked a driver, everything was pre-planned. He picked her, she was there, back home, safe and sound, midnight. Everything was perfect, but when she entered her house, the whole world came collapsing. Why? She had left her mobile phone in that party. She runs to her neighbor and takes the phone to call them. Hello, please take care of my mobile phone. And the host says, Lakshanya, we have it with us. We know you have left it here by mistake. We'll take care. That's nothing to worry. Wow, what a relief. Next problem, what if they read my mails, my personal messages? That pressure started mounting inside her. It was so tough for her to catch sleep that night. You know what happened? She tells this to me. When she tried sleeping, catching some sleep that night, automatically her hand used to graze and look for something. And out of fear, she used to come back. Reason, she was so used having all these gadgets around her, and when she saw them missing, she could not go back to sleep. That was the first time she realized she has become a victim of Stockholm Syndrome. where you feel you are held captive. She is a slave and mobile has mastered. She said, okay, first thing, I'll ask them to just send my mobile phone. And first thing in the morning, she does that. She runs and says, how about sending that mobile phone of mine with your driver? Or, she gets a cold response from the other side. Hello, call us after some time. She calls him at 6 in the morning, Sunday, 6 in the morning after having a late night party. After waiting for eternity, 7:30 a.m. she calls back. And now she says, look, please, how about sending it with your driver or courier? Now she gets her response. Our driver has taken off. Today is Sunday. Courier, let me think about it. Few hours was tough. But later on, she says, she felt there was a sense of freedom. She felt someone had released that handcuff. No texting, messaging, Instagramming, whatever. She had time for herself. She could see people around, the nature. She could help herself with something. I'm so glad she realized this problem which was within her. Friends, it is very important that we make ourselves aware on these things. Why? Study says this phone snubbing is related to loneliness and social isolation. If not taken care, can lead to it can lead to negative emotions and psychological distress. 87% of today's teens say they are so comfortable texting, not interacting with people. Average restaurant people say they are at least seeing 36 such snubbing cases in every dinner session. For example, if there is a table set up for 50, at least 36 pair are busy with their phones, not with their food. So what is the behavior we have to look out for? If you see someone who is always glancing at his mobile phone even when there is a conversation happening, that's one alarm. Immediately there is a break. Small break. Even there's a small stall in your conversation and a person feels like rushing to his mobile phone, please have a check. Psychologists say this is one thing you need to observe for. If you see, I am so comfortable with this mobile phone, I don't want anything, it gives me such a sense of comfort, I don't want any people gathering, then please see a counselor soon. Yes. So how do we help ourselves? Very simple practical tips are given. Number one, considering the time and place when you use your mobile phone. Every one of us have screen time. Please check how many hours you're dedicating yourself with your mobile phone. Turn off your notifications. Please do not keep your mobile phone for charging in your bedrooms. And whenever you have the urge, especially first thing in the morning or 1 hour before the midnight, before going to sleep, make sure you cut all these habits. Keep one thing in mind. Your accounts, messaging can wait. But the people who are right in front of you, they just pass by. Mobile phone is still there. Keep your mobile phone tight somewhere. Not in this visual world. Don't be busy in this visual world. Live in this real world. You will be glad you did it. Because it is you who deserve to stand here and not your mobile phones. Okay, let me see if I have covered all the points, okay? I think I have that. Thank you.
No wonder we feel light after a Toastmaster session because we are forced to switch off our phone. Don't you think so?
Yes.
Yeah. Next, I would like to call Toastmaster Pravda to highlight the objectives of speaker Toastmaster Sree.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Toastmaster Sree Sebastian is giving her project in Motivational Strategies Pathway, Level 2, Project 2, Understanding Your Communication Style. The purpose of this project is for the member to learn about different communication style, identify her primary style, and deliver a speech sharing the impact of her style on others. The time allotted is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best, Toastmasters. Over to you.
Just don't fall for her calm, soft-spoken exterior look, because she is definitely a gritty person who is as strong as steel. Why? Because it is so. See, even that agrees. Because every time she comes to a session, she ensures that she takes up a role and she challenges her fear of public speaking. That is what is true grit. And I definitely am in awe of Toastmaster Sissy. And this is her take on festivities as well. Festivals bring people together, break the routine and create moments of joy, adding a positive touch to life. Toastmaster Sissy. Pathways, Motivational Strategies, Understanding Your Communication Style. Title, Duality Unveiled. Timing 5 to 7 minutes. Over to you.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
Have you ever found yourself in a situation where a split-second incident can turn your world upside down? A moment of panic, chaos, and uncertainty, where you must step up and take control of the situation to prevent it from spiraling into something far worse. Let me share a personal experience when I faced such a situation one Sunday morning. Leaving the church after attending the Sunday Mass, my family and I decided to take a leisurely drive down the Nilangare Beach Road. It had become a tradition for us, and the scenic route always offered the moments of serenity. But on that particular day, the tranquility was shattered by an unexpected and alarming incident. As we were driving along the Nilangare Beach Road, a child suddenly darted out from an adjacent road and collided with the right side of our car, the rear side of our car. My husband, who was behind the wheel, noticed something had hit the car through the side mirror. In an instant, our serene drive turned into a scene of chaos and concern. We pulled over and hurried to assess the situation. The child had sustained injuries with blood flowing from knees, hands, and forehead. Naturally, my husband's instinct was to take the child to the hospital. But the dynamics of the situation soon revealed a different reality. The crowd that had gathered around was not supportive. It was clear that we needed to be strong, transparent, and confident to manage this precarious situation. I made the decision for my husband to remain with our daughter inside the car, taking on a direct communication style. This communication cuts through ambiguity, providing clear instructions, instilling confidence, and fostering a sense of collective purpose and swift, effective action. Despite my limited Tamil language skills, I took a deep breath and addressed the crowd firmly, yet with compassion. I began by offering a supportive stance, acknowledging their concerns. With empathy as my foundation, I gradually introduced the facts, employing analytical approach to illustrate that the incident was not our fault. in the delicate balance between emotion and logic, I provided a comforting presence for the distressed crowd, while systematically unveiling indisputable evidence. Each fact served as a piece of puzzle, shifting the atmosphere from skepticism to understanding. We prioritized the safety of the injured child, transporting the child to a nearby hospital. I maintained a supportive demeanor, and we received the comforting news from the doctor that the child's injuries were minor. Throughout this ordeal, I strategically employed a dual communication style. The initial supportiveness created a foundation of trust and reassurance, laying the groundwork for analytical approach. It was only after the doctor's reassurance update I delicately employed the analytical perspective explaining how the evidence clearly shows that the incident was not our fault. In this journey of adversity, I learned a fact that life is not a problem to be solved, but a reality to be experienced. Thank you. With that, we come to the end of our speech session. So we finished bogey, we finished the speech sessions. Now we move on to the next part of the segment, which is Surya Pongal, and then the table topics. Any idea what is the meaning of Pongal? Anyone knows the meaning of Pongal? We keep saying Pongalo, Pongal. We've been celebrating Pongal.
It's boiling over.
Boiling over, yes. So basically, this is one time of the year where we don't mind the milk boiling over. We actually feel happy rather than cursing it. And the reason is, this is one time when we want to tell people that we are bubbling with happiness and praying for an overflowing, abundant yield. So that is the reason why we boil the milk along with rice, because these are the two most important produce along with sugar cane during this period. So that is about Surya Pongal. Now for the table topic session.
Sorry, before the qualified speakers.
Oh, sorry, yes. Can you please, the timer, can you please let us know the qualified speakers?
All speakers are qualified.
Okay, so they will get a link. Yeah, okay. So you will have a link. I will give you all 10 seconds and then we'll move to the next part.
Yes. Before the table topic session, for the table topics, if you like what they speak, and of course all of us will be actively listening, I would request you to make a note why you like whatever you like. It will be useful when we come back.
Yeah.
This is the typical fubbing. Everyone's snubbing me while I'm here for eternity. Okay. This table topic master is a simple, gentle, and a feel-good person who always has something nice to say about everyone. I have to definitely give you all these assurances about her,
because she is running a role which is neighbor's envy and owner's pride. Because this is one role everyone wants to take up and they don't want to be on the other side. Knowing her, I'm sure she will give topics that will make all of us feel good. And please don't let me down, because I've given you too many assurances, too many nice things about you, and I will be held responsible. Over to Toastmaster Kalyani, and this is her take on festivals. It helps us embrace our culture and religion and offers valuable lessons and spiritual insights too. Toastmaster Kalyani.
Welcome to today's sprawling table topic session. Table topics enables a member to develop the skills of impromptu speaking. It helps train members to quickly organize and express their thoughts. You can think of table topic speech as a mini speech with an opening, a body, and a conclusion. It also provides a speaking opportunity for all the guests. Each speaker is required to speak for about 1 to 2 minutes. Today, I'll show you only images, where mostly it would be something related to the theme, and some images, some may have words. Whichever comes to you, the speaker has to speak. First, I would like to call upon TM Ananthan, Toastmaster Ananthan. Your images. You can say anything, whatever you feel about it.
During the eve of Pongal, a lot of happening in the world. There's Ayodhya temple which is happening. There is the Gujarat summit which is happening. There is the Maldives issue which is happening. And over here, it's a lot of frolic atmosphere. Look at each one of you, looking resplendent. As someone rightly said, it looked as if you're coming into a wedding reception. And I was given assurance. Your neighbors in the honest part, but that isn't the case, Toastmaster of the day. You got to take back your words. But what this really means is festival. Let me stay with Pongal. We say Pongal, 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 it's rice. What do you mean by rice coming out, right? But rice also has another connotation in Toastmasters. What is that? Respect. R for respect. We got to try and respect your topic. I got to be honest with whatever I say, integrity. What about this? This reminds me actually of the Holi festival. What happens in Holi? You got to try and burn the wooden sticks. It's called Holika, she was burned. I think this reminds me of that, where we are burning all our negative emotions. What are those emotions? It could be greed. The greed to have everything more. Gandhi rightly said there is everything enough sufficient in the world for everybody's need, not for everybody's greed. Have sundal there, which will be there in appropriate quantities. Have noodles which Toastmaster Jaianand will give in abundance. Because that is what we are supposed to have. Second, what we need to do, remove. I is the smallest word, don't make it the biggest word. Ego, let the ego on the eve of the festival. That's what this festival say. Third one, what does Toastmaster say? Service. Servant leader leadership. You don't have to go anywhere. Toastmaster Prasanna Vani doesn't get paid 1 lakh for addressing this. She responds, be gratitude and be grateful. On the eve of Pongal or the eve of this, get rid of all the negative qualities, be thankful to people, and you realize that life is beautiful. Wish you a very happy Pongal and over.
Thank you, Ananthan, for your wonderful speech on this image. Next, I would like to call Toastmaster Venkatesh.
Yeah, nostalgic moment in my life when I saw this picture. 30 years back, when my cousins and my cousin sisters, my own sisters, we used to go to celebrate Pongal in Mayiladuthurai. They have a farmland of 25 acres. They used to grow only sugarcane because this sugarcane they will cut before Pongal. And they used to put it in the lorry, tractor or some other thing. In my childhood, I used to sit there next to the driver. Those are the nostalgic moments. When I saw the picture, these things recollected in my mind. Okay, thank you for the
Thank you, Toastmaster Venkatesh. Next, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Shanmugave. Your image.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmaster, dear guests. This is a wooden board. This is very important for nowadays. It is very much useful for the preparation of our Pongal. But in my 40 years back, in our village, we are used to use this vessel only. That time people are very healthy. But due to now we are using the aluminum and steel vessel, due to them illness is happening. If we use such a type of wooden vessels in our house, it will be well and good also. In ancient people, our Indian people, they have also used this one only. In our archaeological discovery also tells such a type of that boards pieces are found out in several areas of India. That tells our rich civilization of India. Thank you very much.
Thank you, dear Toastmaster Shanmugave. Toastmaster Amrita.
Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Pongal to everyone. I got a topic is fall 7 times, stand up 8. It's not a very fun and enjoyable story. It's about the time I had COVID and I was hospitalized. And during this time, I had a really difficult time with breathing, of course, which everybody suffered at the time. And the doctors used to come and tell me each day that I have to lie on my stomach and try to breathe. That's the best way to get out of COVID and help your lungs. And I couldn't do that. And so in my case, I spent a lot of time each day trying to do that. But with the oxygen mask on, it is very difficult to lie down on your stomach, and then I had palpitations also. So I struggled with it for nearly 4 to 5 days. And finally, they admitted me in the ICU, and afterwards it got better and I was able to get through. So it was a really difficult time. That was one of the times in my life that I worked very hard and to do something that I absolutely had to do, and I had to fight for it. And there was nobody, my family, nobody was there to help me. It was like in a completely strange environment, and it was like no support. But I managed to do it and finally got out, and it has taught me a wonderful lesson about life, about how precious life is. And when I got out of COVID, I was so happy to even see greenery around or even to taste a fruit. It gave a fresh, renewed meaning to every small pleasure in life. So I just wanted to share that with all of you. Thank you.
Next, I would like to call guest Selvam.
Hi, good evening, Toastmasters and guests. This is bull taming sport, which is famous during the Pongal festival, and the heartland of the sport is in the southern Tamil Nadu, where I come from. So in my childhood, I would go for around 30 to 40 kilometers to see such sport, and the players, which includes the bull and the human, will both embrace the player will embrace the bull, and the audience will cheerfully enjoy the sport. I think, yeah. Thank you.
Next, I would like to call Toastmaster Ajit.
The first step is the hardest step. So if you take on usually we take New Year resolutions. Taking that first step of going to a gym or reducing your food for one day, that's the hardest step we take. I had some kind of cold 1 month back, and somehow because of weakness I started shifting to that habit of having food around 7 p.m. I'm a person who stops food at 3 p.m. and have the food on the next day in the morning. So I had to do a hard stop of that habits, and every day I feel so weak around 6. I have a lot of food and 1 coffee to the boot, and I get rebooted. So this habit was continuing, and I have the continuous feel of having a kind of allergic sneezing, which is not going away. It's every day morning I woke up, I get the sneezing. And after sneezing, people get tired. And not only tired, I started feeling very drained emotionally because I could not do whatever I do every day as a habit. So my wife and daughter used to curse me, even with this cold, you want to go to gym. Every day I had to hear this. Next day if I get cold again or sneeze, because I told why you went to gym? That's why you are not getting well. I said, no, it's not because of this. Then I started investigating why I am sneezing. So the reasons are many. I found that the beautiful softener is, I'm totally allergic to softener. And next day, I stopped smelling those softeners, fabric softeners, and soon I discovered I have another allergy, that is Surf Excel Matic. So, like in any household, I am the only person who make the toilets clean. Because both of them don't touch the toilet stick. So I make the toilet clean, all the only message I'll get, this looks yellowish, you didn't clean last day. Or the other message will be like this, ever since Appa started going to that toilet, your toilet looks so awkward. Appa, what is this? So ask Appa to go to this toilet. So I think I deviated from so then all I restarted my journey again. The first step is the hardest.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ajit, for your cheerful speech. Toastmaster Ilayaraja.